All right. Good morning, everyone. This is Michael Venezia, head trader at TradeView Markets and one of the coaches. I'm one of the second. I guess I'm the second coach. If you have to, if you didn't watch coach's video, the real coach, the guy who actually has the confidence and the backing to actually call himself coach. It's like saying chief. There's only one chief. So. If you didn't watch Coach's video at 9:30, that's the first thing I do after my 11 o'clock video. So good morning. As I said again, it's Michael Venezia. Okay, so it's September 19th. We're coming into a Fed meeting on Wednesday. The majority of positioning, I believe, will be, Thursday afterwards, because, I only speculators, and I get it, will be positioning be forward, into what some would consider a binary meaning. I don't even know if considering where we are, I don't even know if it's a buy the rumor or sell the news situation. I'm not really, we're like somewhat in the middle. There's plenty of red, green on the screen, because I'm going to go to TGH in a second and log in, as I do it just the same as everybody else. Sentiment was the most oversold it's been. And for the TGH viewers, and if for those that aren't familiar, you know what, let me sign in here. Go to the red YouTube button and get an idea of what we do, because we post the sentiment index every day. And once again, the most important data that we share is on Monday, because it's almost a rolling dynamic situations. And those long guys on, for a long term, on the long term, know what I mean. Okay, so the only thing I'm going to say about going, what is this? Yeah, that was yesterday's video. That's today's video. How you doing? Okay, so the only thing I'm going to say about anything going back, digressing instead of going right to our Monday routine, and I don't think anybody could argue that it's a routine based upon, even I put our data in order, because I just want it to be a muscle memory thing. It's almost like taking a free throw shot. Yeah, everybody gets a 1, 2, 3, a rhythm and a throw, but some of these game-winning shots, you sometimes don't really have a time to think. You know what I mean? The ones that I mean, who really has a time to think about a game-winning shot with a second left? A guy who goes in the corner, turns around, and throws the ball up. You know what I mean? That's not planned. But you know what? It's possible, because the guy gets down his routine, and when it's game time, he doesn't have to worry about fundamentals. So what I'm going to say is go back to the red YouTube button, and this is our playlist of all the things that Coach and I do, and all Coach's guests. And I'm going to tell you, Coach has tremendous guests. I mean, right here. Here's the guest he had on, 1,400 views. It was a beautiful one. You get the picture, okay? So go back and you'll get an idea of what we do. And also go back on Monday, because that's the most important amount of data. All right, let's go to today, is where we sit coming to a Fed meeting on Wednesday. Pardon me, is we're right here, okay? This is short-term sentiment coming into today. So I think at one point we were down 35, maybe 40 handles. The SPY's at 386 now, or one's 383, down $3. I'll get to the charts in a second. So, depending on, they kind of had a little delayed reaction. You know what? I'm going to get into today's charts in a second. But getting back into it is, we always give you a good morning. That's my thing. This is the first thing I posted. So when I sign on in the morning, and the first thing that I post is that rates continue to go higher, even as we had the 2-year approaching 4%, right, Coach? Once again, I'm going to edify that by going back into Coach's video in a little while. What's going up here for me? Nothing. We'll hang out. We'll be in there. So is this okay? So it's almost like when a professional, or when a bunch of the good traders in the room are saying they're long Apple, and Apple's going down and going down. They're usually not wrong for long. So if a pro, and I'll call it what it is, that's debatable or arguable, punches up the first thing in the morning after weekend is rates. Rates are what you have to focus on. Okay, there's our macro view, both on the S&P and the composite. Jim Cramer. Okay, this is exactly what he said. The 2-year was near 4%. It's the enemy of the stocks lately. So it's not the gamma squeeze. It's not the Ukraine war. It's really not the price of oil. Or all these things are factored into the 2-year being hovering around the 4% area. But that's the cause of it, and that's what you have to watch. It all boils down to the credit default swaps that we were talking about the past 3 months. Nobody's hearing me talking about these gamma squeezes anymore, which was predominant late last year into early this year. All right. A good point by Rev. We'll give you some macro things before we get into the charts. Good point by Rev. 42 of all stocks are within 10% of their lows. That to me is mind-boggling. I'm not going to lie to you. You know what I mean? I had the dot-com bubble. I was involved in a couple of major cycles. It's going back to the mid-90s, if you will. I'm 50 years old. It is what it is. Top 10 most shorted stocks. That says it right there. So what does this, when I see this, what does that say to me? Apple, Tesla, Microsoft, Google, Amazon on the way down. That it's index driven. All these stocks make up the ride. All these 10 stocks probably make up 80% of the S&P. Don't quote me, but that's index driven. That's why it's become a little bit more stock picking. You know what I mean? So the indices have become the true indices, which is an indicator of the market, but stock picking is not, it's not stock picking is alive and well. I'm not saying it was dead. It never really is. There's always a bull market somewhere. But all right, this week, Fed's two-day meeting, which will begin Tuesday. Beyond the Fed meeting, there's just a few economic releases this week. All right, so Tuesday's initial jobless claims. I don't think, after a major, the Fed meeting, I don't really believe that, that being maybe a 10 on a 10 scale, 9 out of 10 being how much you will move the market. I don't really think that the jobless claims are going to skew it either way. And by the way, when jobless claims comes out on Thursdays, it's probably going to lead more to the direction of where the Fed meeting was. So that might be an idea to go with. I'll get into that on Thursday. Okay, we came in oversold. So we were right here. Take a stab. You want to buy an index? Fine. A lot of stocks did lag. Microsoft and I believe Apple's just barely positive. Panic euphoria model. Not quite there yet. Remember when we were all buying back here? Hold on a second. Wrong chart. We were buying back here. What was that, in late April? And everybody was under position. This time it's different. I know there's a lot of record amount of short hedges, but it's not really, there's no panic. You know what? I'll even go to the next one. Here's the fear greed model. That was it, late April or May, whatever it was. That was when I really played the short. And you'll notice the stocks that are going up today are not the ones, the heavily shorted ones. That came out the way, even though I did recommend a short stock. So it's, it's different this time. I don't want to say it's more cerebral, but the beach ball effect is not really there anymore. Just, letting it go and stocks going like that. I'm not fearful. I wasn't fearful. I was actually getting greedy down here, as everybody knows. But now I'm not fearful. I'm a little bit annoyed. I'm annoyed that some of the positions in the fund, and I'm diversified into oils. I have the portfolio, and I'm annoyed that once again, the trepidation with me is putting long-term money to work. We're not short of stock selections here by any means on a daily basis. Goldman indicator. All right, so they even started dip buying a little bit last week. They're still very, very lightly positioned, if at all. I don't know how I take that. Here's the wave. I put it on for you, Joba. There it is. For those that believe in the ES wave, blow this up if you want to. But I'm not biased, as I always say. I shouldn't be because I'm a pro. But there's the wave. I also posted one on crude, I think. Sector sentiment, Lewis, I put that up for you. So this is coming in today, S&P and NASDAQ daily sentiment. So now, we had a down open, as I said before. And by the way, just let me decipher if anybody's getting confused. This is short-term sentiment market in general overall. If you want to look at these sentiments, S&P and NASDAQ daily, probably the ones put together are probably down here. So, it's up to you to, what, this doesn't necessarily mean it's so overbought. I want to try to buy, like Joba might be doing. This might be in a bear market. We might be oversold. So the oversold pop, if it ever happens, might be a rally to short, and it certainly could be, and it is to a degree. All right, NASDAQ composite, self-explanatory, crude, gold and VIX. You know what? Basically everything except the VIX, although VIX is down nicely today, which means, by the way, I digress. Don't look for a lot of, if the VIX stays pinned, don't be looking for a lot of reversals today. It is down a lot. It is down nicely. Nobody's going to be a hero except for hedges or any short-term dated calls. They always go that somebody's trying to get sexy with, but I don't think anybody's taking a real position here at this point, if you're not already. Credit default swaps, the issue, going back to the 2-year again. Hedge fund exposure, they're still underexposed, if not still short. Date in the week ahead, pin it, put it up, and it should be in your calendar, your book, whatever you use. Pardon me, always look at the what I post for the videos. Helene, always a Monday tradition. Here's the XLE. Here's the OIH. Something's annoying me on my screen here. What is this thing? Something's blanking. I got to get it off here. We'll go to chat room. We'll go to that one. All right. OIH, bearish. I mean, the oils are getting hurt today too. But you know what? Usually in a down market, when the techs are getting weak and the oils were the first one to buy in it. I'm talking as a trade. You know, everybody, time to time, I say buy the OIH for quick trade. That's ingrained in me. I'll have to do more of that trade. I'll have to teach you more of that. That trade works. OIH, macro view. I'm not interested. You know what I mean? I sell within 3 minutes. XLE, going the wrong way, going towards the thick pencil line down here. XLV, I mean, that's the healthcare, the hard XBI getting hurt today. I get to look where this is. Where's this XBI line here? Let's say, what is it? What is it? 81, 80, 79, 80. I think the XBI today is what? 81. Oof. So that's down there. That's testing the thickness of Helene's pencil. UNG reversal. Watch for that to break. If that breaks, it's all. You know, there's so much. The Russia. It's so overhyped. And it is, you know what? Even if it does it, I don't know what they make widgets. There's a head and shoulder right there. So that says it. SPX long term, that's the line that brings the most controversy. Helene's right. That's the proverbial line in the sand. How you doing, coach? So always, not only to Mondays do we bring you upgrades and downgrades, what's going on in the market. These are movers. Purple. Home builders. Lennar was up 9%. So 3 home builders got upgraded. And you know what? They pulled the Tim Fury green on the open and they ripped on the open. They kept going. That was relative strength. Upgrades and downgrades, gapping up and down. Silver, a couple of trade ideas. The put call ratio has reached 1.5. That's usually more alarmingly right than not. I hate to say that's a good tool. That's a pretty solid tool. I'm talking about for trade. Okay. Just like that. Go anytime you want. Go back to the put call was 1.5. Boom, anytime. And there's the chart of the market, how it does after this. I'm not that sure that I think the market's going to make this type of V-shaped move like the last 3 times, as this chart says, but certainly, I don't know. It's tough. It's tough. Okay, Mike, what's your pick today's after the midday margin calls? All right, couple of movers. Any questions? And we'll go. With 3. We need 3 things, and this was from Kramer. Now, granted, he's Joe 6-pack. No disrespect, Jim. Been kind of cold lately. We need Chinese to take the Moderna vaccine and all the vaccine stocks that are getting hit. Putin drive out of Ukraine. I mean, this will all of a sudden. I don't know who's Chinese on here. I wouldn't depend on China for anything. So one's out. Putin driven out of Ukraine. I mean, that's a binary situation. It's either going to be a news flash, or it's going to be, which means I give up or I surrender. It's over. Or it's going to be long, continued and drawn out even longer. I'm saying it's the latter. And number 3, the Fed decides stocks and homes have got low enough, which is obviously towards Wednesday. So I don't think one is happening until Wednesday or Thursday. Certainly, I can, I'm mixed both ways. If Putin get driven out of Ukraine in the next 36 hours, 48 hours, I'll be all right. But the third one is the short and the long term that we have to is the issue. So I don't think 2 out of the 3 are happening right now. So if you want to bet on the 3, it's up to you. I'll wait till Wednesday afternoon, Thursday. Potential up gappers, down gappers. That's a good point, Rev. Like I said on Friday, you learn more about yourself in a bull market than you do a bear market. And Rev made a point here. It's always interesting. I just some folks who I call a bottom in a horrible market. That's hard money. I like trading because it's, things, but short covering rallies is quick money. And, it's also, that's how I was raised, so, and conversely, but it's the hard money. And certainly after, I certainly pick my time frame or my parameter for when I enter one of these short-term contra trades. But if not, you have to get out. And if you go against your plan, it's going to get worse. And then the trade becomes a position. And it's just, just don't do it. All right, here's the plan today. So all you have to do is go behind that. I don't think anybody's going to argue. Nice trade on EMPH. that the plan has been working. By the way, I'm not splitting the atom. Those are usually whole numbers. I'm not using any decimals, so trade upon those. I like SPWR, a couple of trades we settled in the morning, and that's it. Any questions? So let's go to some what the wise guys are doing first of all. Already notifying. Good work, team. So listen, let's go to the VIX. The VIX right here is 1820. It was 20. Oh, hold on. Let me put my chart. Here's the VIX. The VIX closed Friday in 1987. A fine year. The year before the Mets won the World Series. And then it's 1825. A major, you know what? And this is what's happening today. A little move before a number. So the VIX is pinned low now. And let's even go to like I'll go to the daily. It looks small. So we're almost approaching once again year lows on the VIX. The year lows, let me go to like 15 minutes. Yeah. 17, right? So when the VIX is low, it doesn't mean that, the market's going to go up, but the bottom has been put in. It means don't be looking for a lot of reversals. You know what I mean? Because there's not a lot of volatility. So don't be contra trading. The trades have been done. It's 11:15. I'll talk about some stocks after, regroup and start planning. The planning now, listening to the video, and when I go watch Coach's 9:30 video, is about dollars. You want to do something now, and I get it. You want to make a couple of dimes, but start planning now. Go over the video if you missed it. Go down to your notebook. What's going to plan in week ahead, like I do. You know what I mean? And you want to be ready. You know what I mean? This is. You know what? How about this? When I say tough, meaning too thin and tough, like I said this morning, it means it's too thin trading. The trading, there's little edge. How about that? 4-minute candles, does it give a better entrance? You know what? This is what Lewis is asking. It's a good question because I go back and forth. So there is no, depending on the movements of the market, Lewis. Let me go to Lewis's question. Very good question because I go back and forth all the minute time. I like to use the pros or the majority of people that you see or that we follow use 5, 15, and 30-minute. I'm using a new platform what's a new platform? It's 3 months old. I'm still not that used to it. I'm in the midst of getting new charts. This is a 1-minute chart. No, I can't, it doesn't really show much. Do I like using 4 minutes? I like using 4 minutes. I like it. Like on this 4-minute chart, I want to see above 1842 here. And can you see that in the 2-minute chart? 1842, yeah, no, not really, but 5-minute charts are, you know what, Lewis, the 5-minute charts, even on the majority of free programs, if you're going to use something like investing.com, stick to 5, 10, and 15 minutes. The difference of 1 minute of trading is only going to be relevant between 9:30 and 9:40. You know what I mean? Or the close. Throughout 10, 11, 12 o'clock during the day, the difference of a minute with a time frame is not good unless there's a print. And that's why I always look for volume, because the volume really will tell you, it's not going to really matter the time. It's going to matter the volume. But I think Lewis probably saw me put up 4 minutes. 5 minutes is the usual one, if you will. All right, so let's go see some wise guys again, and then we'll go to some chats. Okay, what are we doing? SPY. So Sunrise Trader, everybody knows this is my boy, and we speak. All right, so this is the last thing he brought up. And I don't want to be a tweet guy that follows all Twitter guys, but this guy's sharp. So SPY daily, a lot of mixed messages, just like I said here, Joe, is that he said this 1 minute ago, and he should say it because he's a pro. But like I was saying, it's too thin and very bad action. Very bad action means you should, in order to make money in a day like today, I think you have to anticipate, and that really doesn't give you any edge, especially as I said, coming into the meetings and this being a Monday morning. So getting back to what Sunrise Trader says, and it's a guy you should be following as well. The market is sending a lot of daily mixed messages. Stay nimble of trading. Some of the best bounces happening during down markets. Everything I said. It's everything. This guy's a respectable dude. It's everything he should say, because that's what pros do. This guy's got a lot of followers. Sharp guy, man. Sunrise Trader. I think maybe older than me too. All right, but let's go to option flow, because all it really matters is option flow on a day like this and positioning. And you know what? If I have to go down this far, Tesla, best of breed, acting well, Vero bullish. So morning rundown via the Goldman. Vero bullish. Etsy bearish. Vero. Yeti bearish. So this is in 30 minutes. This is what I'm seeing. And this guy posts a lot. Vero, Etsy, Pubum, Yeti, Mo, and Nevada, and BTU. AFRM bullish, probably a short cover. BBY bullish. Nothing sexy. Zoom. You know what I did see? ZS. You know what's a good stock to go back into? ZS. That's become that had earnings the other day, and I saw a lot of option flow. This is ZS is a buy right here, much like TTD. You know what this looked like? TTD. If the TTD had good news, came back, settled. It had a good bounce. TTD. ZS, I saw some option flow, and ZS is a crowd play. So when I hear ZS has good flow, what do I think of? I say go to CRWD, right? Crowd strike. I go to S, a fun holding, hanging in there, no range. It's gonna. What about Fortinet? No good. What about what's the other one? Oh, NLOK, Northern LifeLock, whatever that thing. Kramer is one of his best bets. That might be interesting right here. You know what? These cybersecurity plays are almost defensive. That might be interesting right here. There's the gap I'm looking at, 2111. It's oversold even on the weekly, or at least it's a place where you'd stick your neck out. It's a former best of breed. I would like it to get back above here and settle, but you know what? This is something that I might buy a little bit of, just because it's. I mean, I saw ZS go. ZS is the one you should buy. NLOK I like because it moves and it always has good numbers. Anytime it gets beaten down, I might pull some in NLOK. Matter of fact, that's getting written down. Anybody disagree? Or I mean, there are better trades, but I'm talking long term. And I did see ZS, and I'll show you guys. What was ZS doing this morning? I'm trying to think out loud now. So if I'm going Tesla bullish, fear, greed, 36, nothing major. VIX, no play. ZS was this morning. What time is it? So it's 2 hours ago. I saw a lot of ZS calls go by. NVIDIA, SU still bullish. This thing can't move SU. SU is bullish every day and doesn't move. ZS, option flow. There it was. ZS, option flow. ZS, bullish flow. So ZS, X bullish. That's a cover. I saw some ZS, NXPI. You know, it's another one. Look at this ON Semiconductor. I was looking at today, and I'm making it harder than it should be. Best of breed, ON. Look at that thing. Look at the range today. $3 from the low. MU can't get out of its own way. Another best of breed is what? GFS actually broke the 200, the 50-day, and I had a position in it, and I sold it. It's waffling. We'll see. AMD. You know what I mean? I don't know if the coach would have a better picture. It is making a higher low, but barely. You know what I mean? It's got the crypto in it. It's got the chip shortage. Nevada, same thing. I'd rather go with ON Semiconductor. Marvell showing anyway? No, it's that. It's only Marvell. Hold on. U.S. natural gas is going. This is what Rev just posted. This market action is dreary, and I'm feeling it today, or maybe it's just Monday. It has no idea. I'm freaking fired up. If there's something to do, I do it. Believe me. Especially after the great trade view call this morning. Everybody should be fired up. ZS, we'll keep an eye. Right, Lewis, right? ZS had option flow, and NLOK is a stock that, you know what? It's not a tech stock. It's almost like it's almost defensive in a way. You know what I mean? You know, it had to flush out with the every time it flushes out, it goes back up. And here's the weekly. You know, I'm not saying, you know, the weekly barely it gets below this RSI 26. The RSI right now is 34. So you know what? It gets to the gap, maybe around $20 or whatever. You know, we stop buying 1,000 or two. You know what I mean? To get involved, because we have to. That's why. So any other questions? Let's go to the board. You know what? I don't want to go to the board because I'll get distracted. You see the quotes. Let's go to this. That's all we care about is here. When I'm saying there's no action, and when Sunrise traders say it's mixed messages, and even the Rev who's fought. Oh, first of all, you should be looking at this instead of pontificating, because this is what it's all about. PSLA, you might have heard of it. It's an up and comer. Tesla chart, the new best of breed. Now 308. Oh, look at this. My God, it's going up like this. I know somebody has that nicely. So Tesla, I mean, it's been going back and forth to these levels. You got to be certainly happy you own it because the market's in a still a buy phase and the RSI is not even overbought yet. The rest of them are going up too. It's NIO doing. Look at the others. NIO had to pull back right to the 200-day resistance. I get it. Lucid. What are you gonna do? What else are we going to? I'm gonna pull the plug on myself here. Hold on. But the only thing that matters is this. I could go on for hours. Really good. Is this up high in relative volume? Relative volume. Wix had news. Avaya short squeeze. CDE a minor. Romeo Power a tanker. FedEx 1-day bounce, as you know, was down $15 or $20, whatever, it was $30. Poshmark XPEV. All right, not much. Down on relative volume, but there's a lot more. Veru down 23. These are relative volume. So it's 4.4 times its volume is 1130. Got to keep an eye on it. Blue Bio. Ship. So let's look at the new highs. How about new highs? As of Allstate, not interested in. Tesla new highs. Brought it to Owen Semiconductor, valuated Mike V. I brought it up, right? At least I'll tell you. Moss, Win. Somebody told me they were buying Win this morning. And you know what? I mentioned, go back to the red YouTube button. I mentioned on Friday, LVS. Did the chart on LVS. If somebody brought up Win, not looking too bad. I mean, it's LVS is one we should be considering, if not buying. And that's because I saw Win acting well. So I automatically go to what? LVS, and let's go to MGM. Nope. That's daily, no interest. Let's go to Caesar. Caesar, not bad. Caesars. Let's go Win in the other one, the other casino, Melco Crown, right? MLCO. Nope. Let's look at Boyd Gaming and the slots. Penn National Gaming never got going, did it? Nope. All these poor guys. Dave Portnoy put all his money in Penn Gaming. What are you gonna do? All right, now let's go back and finish this up. So that was, let's look at new lows. And if I would ever look at the new low list, you know what I want is high volume. That means it might be capitulating. So what's on the new low list with high volume? Is this new lows? Yeah. Veru. I don't think any of these are going to capitulate anytime soon. NVAX, you bitch. I had that too. All right. Any other questions? I'll leave it here and I'll be back after lunch. Gents, we all good? What are we doing here? Market just got crushed. Every time I get on here, the market fucking goes down. It's all right. So as I got here, where's the market? I was up nicely, but I start the video at 11 o'clock. Here's 11. Started the video at 287. Market just fell what? 200 points. Let's see. Oh, that was bad. I could have sold. There you go. Hey, you know what? What are you gonna do? Do what you gotta do. All right. So I'll leave it at that. Our plan: lithium prices, natural gas. Was UNG. I'll let everybody go now. UNG. No interest. You know what? I have no interest in anything. Where's the VIX? Did the VIX make it? Did VIX make a move up? Is the market pulled back a little? I'll leave you with that. No. Barely anything. Barely anything. All right. So I'll leave you with that, guys. All right. I'll go back to TradeGATEHub and I will leave you off. It is a Monday morning, late Monday morning. I will be going back and watching Coach's video that it did at 9:30 Eastern. Then I'm going to come back, also write down my stocks of my list of stocks with good price range, good price action, range, and volume. I might even go back and watch my Friday video, and I'll go through my my Twitter feed and my guys. I'll go back to my rose above previous day's highs as the market's coming in. Kentucky Fried Chicken, Fossil, Auto Nation, and Hub Jeep. Not interested. All right, guys, I'll leave it at that. All right. So as I sign off a little bit before 11:30 on Monday morning, trade well, be aware of the plan, especially the plan going forward to the week.